I'm gonna be upfront with you guys. I don't like this design. I am a huge Donkey Kong fan. My name is DKMatt. That is Diddy Kong Matt. Yeah, I love Donkey Kong. Much like you guys, when I saw the trailer today in the Nintendo Direct for the new 3D Donkey Kong game, I was a little excited. I mean, the gameplay does look pretty good. It looks like Mario Odyssey, but with Donkey Kong. And I love the idea of being able to manipulate and destroy the environment. That's something I've never seen before in a platformer. But I'm a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. And the reason why I say that is because it feels like something's missing from this trailer. For one, the design change, I hate it. I think that this design takes out all of the edge that the Rareware Donkey Kong had, and I'm just not vibing with it. I understand that the purpose of this design was to make him look closer to what the original designers intended for Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong has not looked like this for over 20 years. He's looked like this, and I've kind of gotten used to that. It's almost like modern Sonic and classic Sonic. I prefer modern Sonic because that's just, we've had him for 20 years. That's the new Sonic. For as long as I've been alive, this has been my Donkey Kong. So obviously a design change is gonna affect me. It makes Donkey Kong look too friendly. I don't like it. He has a little bit of edge to him because if you played the country games, he's a bit of a dude. He kind of messes with Diddy Kong. He's like a big brother that's kind of a little bit of a bully, you know? This is like Dumb and Dumber, but now it just looks like dumb. And look, the design, all right, I can get over it. I'm just not vibing well with the art direction of this game. With the Donkey Kong Country games, there's always been a somewhat consistent art direction. I really love how the SNES games look. It's kind of realistic, but with like a goofy, Rareware, charming edge to it. Then with the Returns games, it kind of like modernized it. And I really liked how Returns looked. I really loved how Tropical Freeze looked. Tropical Freeze looks like a modern day Donkey Kong Country game. This looks like a reboot of Donkey Kong, and I'm like 90% sure this is just a full-on reboot. Like, is this really the same Donkey Kong that defeated King K. Rool? I just don't think so. And that's the biggest thing with me, is it feels like all of the charm that Rareware gave to this franchise is just missing in this game. Where is Diddy Kong? Where's Dixie Kong? Where's Cranky Kong? Where's all the other characters? Why is it only Donkey Kong in the trailer? And you know, maybe Diddy Kong is in the game, but like, why don't you show him? If you're trying to please Donkey Kong fans, you'd want to show the characters that we've come to know and love and play with for all of these years. But it's like, no Diddy Kong, no Cranky, where are they? And none of these worlds look like Donkey Kong Country worlds. And none of these enemies or organisms look like something that would exist in the Donkey Kong Country universe. I feel like I'm going crazy looking at this because like nobody sees the same thing I see. I'm going crazy. Am I just like having a bad take right now? Also, I forgot I had my glasses on. I bet that's been glaring in the camera lens like this entire time. I'm sorry guys, I forgot. I just like load up this camera unscripted. I was like, you know what, I'm making this video. And for full clarification, am I saying this game is going to be bad? No. This game looks fantastic, and I think that's like the most irritating part, is because this game looks so beautiful and amazing that any new fans that are gathered through this is probably going to see this as their version of Donkey Kong. And look, more power to you. If this is your first experience with Donkey Kong and you love it and this is a game that you cherish and enjoy, then I can't tell you what to enjoy or what should be your preferred version of Donkey Kong. You know, it is what it is. And I feel like this game being as good as it's about to be is going to rewrite Donkey Kong's history. Because I'll be honest, like, this game looks good. I'm just not messing with the art direction. I do not like the art direction at all. I think this game looks like garbage. But gameplay wise, this looks like the most fun I've seen from a platformer in a very long time. So the game will probably be fire, but I hope if we ever get another Donkey Kong Country game that it returns to the old Donkey Kong Country style of visuals. I need the Rareware charm. Rareware built a world that was genuinely a masterpiece for Donkey Kong, and now it feels like we're kind of throwing that away. And for those of you who will say that this world and atmosphere and aesthetic is exclusive to Donkey Kong Country, it's not. May I refer to Donkey Kong Country 64? That game is not very good, but it had the visuals, art direction, atmosphere, and aura down to a T. That is how Donkey Kong should look in 3D. Look at this dancing montage. It's goofy, has been that Rareware charm, like that's what Donkey Kong should be in 3D. I'm not asking for this game to not bring in new ideas, because you can definitely bring in new ideas. That's what Tropical Freeze did. It like froze the entire map and brought in like crazy heavy metal and all kinds of stuff. But I feel like you gotta keep the core of the series the same, and I feel like we're losing the core. I've been wishing for a 3D Donkey Kong game for years. Like genuinely, this is one of the games I've wanted most in my entire life. But I've always envisioned it being a Donkey Kong 64, but like modern day and with better completionist requirements. Basically being like almost like a modern day Banjo-Kazooie, but with the Donkey Kong cast, characters, and world. We may be getting Donkey Kong Mario Odyssey, and look, that's probably gonna be fire, but I'm a little disappointed. And I know that some people are gonna look at this and be like, this guy hates Donkey Kong, he doesn't like anything, quit rage baiting. But I'm not rage baiting, this is like my honest opinion. And I'm not even saying the game is bad, I'm just saying I don't like it visually. The art direction is not my cup of tea. The art direction looks bad. The game is probably going to be a really good 3D platformer, and I'm going to be buying it day one. So I'm not here to hate to be a hater. I'm not doing this for views or rage bait. I'm just giving honest criticism, and you can hear my criticism and disagree, or you could agree. I'm here to give a voice to those who might potentially agree with me, because I feel like I'm the only one speaking about this, and it's like actually irking me. And with that said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with the bell so you get notified of my future videos. I'm actually working on a Donkey Kong Country video essay series where I go through and review every Donkey Kong Country game. I'm currently on the 3rd game, so I'm almost done with the original SNES trilogy, and then eventually I will be moving on to the Returns duology and completing the whole series. I might also be reviewing this new 3D game since I'm buying it day one. I love you guys. See you soon. Peace out.